Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel for another tips and tricks video, and today we are covering the best free transfers in Football Manager 2020 on the latest database. Let's jump into things. So guys, before we jump into things, I will start this video by saying obviously we have done every tier of English football so far. We've started at the Conference South, North-South level. We've done the National League, Sky Bet League 2, League 1 and the Championship. And now we are finally at the big dogs. These are the players that will make a difference if you're starting to save in the Premier League. Obviously, if you're taking over at Liverpool or Manchester City or someone like that, some of these players, they'll probably only be squad players. But if you're taking over a team at the bottom like a Norwich or a Newcastle or a Aston Villa, these players will definitely make a difference for your team. So without any further ado, let's start at the goalkeepers. Okay then guys, kicking things off, we have Johan Carasso. The Frenchman, he's 31 years of age. He's never been capped for France, but has played a decent amount of football throughout his career in France. His goalkeeping attributes are pretty good for the level. The stats that I look for in terms of goalkeepers are reflexes, one-on-ones and handling. He's all pretty good in those areas. He's also got really nice aerial reach, good communication, good command of his area. He's 6'2". He's got 10 on free kicks, not too bad. His physicals are pretty good. And in terms of his mentals, his anticipation, decision making and positioning is all pretty key. In this save that I'm running these guys with, I am Wolves, so you'll be able to see where they rank in terms of Wolves' stature. Obviously, this guy is not Rui Patricio. Wants to come in 10 grand a week for a Premier League club. That is absolutely peanuts. Wants to be a backup, that's absolutely not a problem. And now we move on to Emiliano Viviano, the Italian goalkeeper. Having just left Sporting, he's played a lot of his football in Italy. Former Arsenal player, obviously didn't play at all for Arsenal, I don't think. Let me check his career history. Career stats, Arsenal. Yeah, didn't play. Didn't play at Arsenal, but in terms of his goalkeeping attributes, I think he looks very, very good. Nice handling, good kicking as well, is good for distribution. Very nice in his one-on-one stats, really good reflexes, really good at throwing out. So he's a very good goalkeeper at distributing the ball as well as saving it. So maybe able to start these good counter-attacks for you. Decent positioning, very nice leadership, good concentration, decision-making, anticipation as well. Pretty good in terms of agility for someone who's 33 years of age. Really nice jumping reach. He is 6'5" as well, so it's going to be a massive frame in your goal. He's made 6 appearances for Italy and has started this save wanted by a couple of clubs in the Middle East. Obviously, you'd like to think if you were a Premier League club or some of the other in some of the other major leagues around Europe, you would have a slightly better pull. Wants to come in as vice captain, wants to be a captain. Wants to be a backup. Wants to come in as a captain. I'm going to remove and exclude that. We move forward. 27.5k for Viviano, I think is a very good price. Wants a 1-year extension after final league games of the season. I never like giving that, just in case you want to make a change. Again, another cheaper goalkeeper for a Premier League club. Moving into defenders now, we have Alexander Pantic, the Serbian. He's a ball-playing defender as a natural role, which I don't think you really see a lot of in this game. He looks like he's dotted around Europe in his footballing career. Red Star, Villarreal, Aldebert, Alves, Dinamo Kiev. But I actually think he looks like a very solid centre-back. As I said, 27 years of age, so he's probably going into his prime now, I would say. Very nice stats all across the board, and as I said, he is a natural as a ball-playing defender. Prefers to be on the right in a 2-man pairing. That is kind of what you expect. Nice height at 6'2", pretty good in terms of physicals, really nice mentals as well, and those really nice stats for first touch, heading, marking, passing and tackling and technique are just what you want in terms of a ball-playing defender. He also is accomplished at right back, so in terms of an option for you guys, I think Pantic is a very good one. We go to sign him, only wants to be a fringe player, which is at Wolves. He's not played enough recent games for his country in terms of Serbia, but I think you would be able to appeal that. He wants quite a lot in terms of wages. Let's see if I can nudge him down a little bit. Oh, wow. He wants 55k. So there we go. That is... Oh, okay. He wanted 55k to earn him enough points to meet his work permit. Interesting. That's one to definitely bear in mind with Pantic. Another difficult one for me to say though now, guys, we have Alexander Milivojevic, the ball-playing defender, another one. I think this guy's slightly better. Having just left Nottingham Forest, I think this is a very good pickup for a lot of clubs, even in the Premier League. Really nice passing and first touch to go along with good defending attributes of heading, marking and tackling. Really nice in terms of aggression. I actually quite like their aggression being high, as it says, but their willingness of getting stuck in, it doesn't necessarily say that he's a dirty player. He just likes getting involved in tackles. His anticipation's good, good bravery, composure, decisions. You can see it all on his stats there, guys. He's very good. Nice positioning as well. Really good jumping reach at 6'3". He's a very good centre back to have. Shoots from distance, argues with officials, probably not good. Tries to play his way out of trouble, also probably not the best. But he is a natural as a ball-playing defender. He's wanted by a couple of clubs in this save. Blackburn, Bristol City, Fulham, Leeds, Middlesbrough and QPR. But I definitely think he could do a job in the Premier League. Wants to come in as a squad player at Wolves. Just under 17,450k sign-on fee. Obviously, you guys can amend these and try and haggle them down in your own saves. Next up is an interesting one. I've included this guy only because he's got some stats that I just can't look away from. He seems to be a little bit limited in terms of what he can offer, but this is Eddie Gomez. He's a defender or a CDM. He can play there in part of a three-man group. He's accomplished at central defensive midfield, but he's got exceptional stats where you want them. So it was very difficult for me to not include him. I know if you look at him compared to some of the other players, he's probably not as good, but 16 heading, 17 for long throws. You know, if any of you guys watch my series, you guys will know I love a player with a long throw. 15 on marking, 16 on tackling. He's really good in the mental stats where it matters. He's got good, that's exceptional bravery, good anticipation, nice aggression, good leadership, good determination, very nice work rate, and his physicals are absolutely outstanding. Really good balance, 18 jumping reach for a man who's 6'5" with 16 heading. He will score headers for you. I can almost guarantee it. Good natural fitness, 17 pace is great, really good stamina, 17 strength, marks opponents tightly, dives into tackles, possesses a long flat throw. This guy is just going to be a threat. Whilst he doesn't look as good as some of the other players on this list, I couldn't not include him. Wants to be a fringe player. That is a wedge. That is an absolute wedge. Oh my. Okay, well, you're definitely going to want to negotiate that. You're definitely not going to want him on 60 odd K. But again, I think he's too good to not sign. Like, his stats on his player profile just seems so good. In the areas that matter, I just can't turn away from Eddie Gomez. Now we have a player that people will recognise again in terms of Abate, the fullback, the former AC Milan man, almost made 250 appearances for the Italian club. Comes in. He used to be a lot quicker. He's 32 years of age now. He's played 22 times for Italy. Good dribbling, good crossing for a fullback as well is kind of what you want. Really nice marking, good long throws, good tackling. Very good in terms of mental stats. Very good teamwork, positioning, work rate, that sort of thing. He's still quick in terms of 14 pace and 14 agility, 14 acceleration, but he's just not as quick as he used to be. I think he is a superb option at fullback. Runs down the ball. Runs with the ball down the right hand side. Good lord, get your words out, Steve. Gets forward whenever possible and hugs the touchline, so he will spread the play and keep things as wide as humanly possible for your team. He's a natural at fullback, and he's a very he says he's natural at wingback as well, so he offers that versatility for your team as well. In this save, he's wanted by Birmingham, Derby, Preston and Sheffield Wednesday. If we go to approach him, he wants to come in as a squad player for us. And 13, just under 14k is not too bad. 1 year extension after 10 league games. Probably knock that up to 25 and he'll be happy with it. Yeah, he's absolutely buzzing with it. Abate, again, versatility is good. I think he fits the mould for Wolves in terms of this save and what he can offer in terms of being right back or right wing back. good addition for your FM20 squads. Another player who's done the rounds is Maximilio Pereira. I know him best from his time at Porto, I think, but it looks like he's played a lot of time in Portugal. I know he's 35. Hear me out. He's exceptional. He is exceptional, and still with 12 pace and 12 agility and 10 acceleration, I don't actually think he's too bad. He is a perfectionist personality, which will help in your dressing rooms in terms of your mentoring groups. He's a veteran, as it is listed here. His mental stats are just off the charts for this sort of list, and a free agent. He is wanted by a team in the United Arab Emirates, but I think even at 35, he'd be a good, yes, he wants to come in as a squad player. And I think he deserves that sort of thing as well. I've used my assistant to make a suggestion. And again, he's happy to come in. Under 30k for a veteran like this, I think it's a really good look for your teams. Moving on to the other side of the field now, we have Jefferson, the Brazilian fullback. No caps for Brazil at international level. He comes in this save. He's wanted by clubs all over the world. Former sporting man, has played in Braga. He's played in basically any Portuguese-speaking country. He's played in Brazil, he's played in Portugal. I just think he just looks superbly well-rounded, all told. He's almost got double digits in every stat, except from finishing, heading, and jumping reach, which, at the end of the day, he's a fullback. You don't necessarily want him to have that in those areas. He is a complete wing-back, which is superb. It's good to see someone so experienced. Good crossing, good corners, good dribbling, nice first touch, good passing, good tackling, or good enough tackling, I guess. Good technique, superb mentals, double digits for absolutely every stat. If we go to approach to sign him, wants to be a squad player, wants to be a vice captain, I wouldn't do that because that would upset Neves in this save. We suggest the promises. And in terms of salary, he just wants 17,000. So again, another good pickup for a Premier League club. Staying on the left-hand side now, we have probably one of the bigger names on this list is Fabio Coentrão, the former Real Madrid fullback. He is a natural left back and left wing back. He is a complete wing back. He's very similar to Jefferson. But lacks some of the physicals that Jefferson does have. He is better technically, but he is worse physically, so it all depends on what you want. He is 31 years of age. He is wanted by Norwich in terms of Premier League clubs, and then some clubs in the Middle East again. Very nice player, superb mental attributes, runs down the left with the ball, gets forward whenever possible, and plays 1-2s. It's a nice couple of traits to have there. As I said, former Real Madrid man. Has spent time at Benfica, Monaco, Sporting. He's done the rounds, but I think he would be a good option for some of the higher level saves that you could be looking to complete. Wants to come in as a regular starter still, which is nice that he shows that ambition. 31k a week is not too bad for a player of his caliber. I think he would have maybe won the Champions League whilst at Real Madrid, so you kind of have to pay that price for him. Coentrão looks like a very good player, and I think would be still a good option even at 31 years of age. Moving into the middle third of the pitch now, we have Addons here, the Brazilian. Has spent all his time playing in Brazil, even though he is uncapped for Brazil. I think he just looks like a very good defensive midfielder, a very good stopper. I think he's very similar to someone like a Fernandinho. Very solid defensively, superb mentally as well, good composure, nice strength. He's going to get involved in tackles and breaking the play down. Yeah, okay, he may not be the most creative player for you, but in terms of someone to just sit there in front of a back four, I think he'd be superb. He's also got quite good passing as well at 13. It's not abysmal. But yeah, I think in terms of a defensive player, Ayrton here could be a good option. Has not played games for his country and required to play 30%. I think upon appeal, you would make that, especially with, I think, offering him that sort of salary just to get him in. I think, as I said, as a stopper, I think he's a good player. Maybe going forward, he may not be the option for you, but as a stopper, definitely. Now, if you're looking for someone to play alongside Ayrton, look no further than Fran Rico. Spanish man, deep line playmaker. It's the type of player that I personally love in my teams. Great first touch, really good passing, decent enough long shots, good technique as you would expect from a Spaniard. Superb mental attributes. Again, Great decisions, good leadership, good teamwork, good vision. He's going to be the man to play these longer balls that unlock your defense. If you've got a very fast striker that you want to play the ball into, Fran Rico could be the man to spot these passes. He's slightly fallen off in terms of his physical attributes at age 31, but he's not fully past it with 11 pace, 11 agility and 10 acceleration. When you bring him in, he's also a model citizen in terms of personality, and I cannot explain how good that is, guys. Put him in a mentoring group with anybody and he will make them so much better. It's such an underrated asset of the game is the personality in terms of being a model citizen. If we go to approach Fran Rico, wants to come in as a squad player to Wolves, I'll just ask my assistant to suggest a contract, and this is what he's demanding: 23.5 a week, a decent wedge in terms of signing on fee, sizable agent fee. But in terms of a creative midfielder, if your team is lacking one to play in a midfield three, I definitely think Fran Rico, in terms of a creative player, is definitely a good addition for your top tier saves. Now we have the first of only two Englishmen on this list. We have Tom Carroll, the former Swansea man, former Tottenham man as well. In terms of an advanced playmaker, again, he's that creative player that your team could be lacking. He's got good crossing, good dribbling, good first touch, really nice passing and technique, good teamwork, good off the ball, good vision, good determination, good decisions. Like, he's just a solid player. He's 5'9", so yeah, okay, he's not the strongest. He's not going to be able to win you headers. But in terms of creating, I think he could be quite good. Right at the start of the save, I will make a note of the fact that he does have a hip injury. So it might be worth waiting a week or two if you possibly can to bring him in. He has a super underrated trait here. Looks for the pass rather than attempting to score himself, which is something that I love in my players. You guys may not. Plays 1-2s as well, which is quite nice. So if we approach the signing with Wolves, he would like to be a squad player. Easy money, and adds to your homegrown quota as well. So next up we have John Ogu, a 31-year-old Nigerian. He's Nigerian international, so hopefully the work permit won't be too much of an issue. But in terms of a ball-winning midfielder, guys, this guy's an absolute truck. Really good heading, marking, tackling, superb aggression, great bravery, outstanding determination, really good balance, good jumping reach. It's 16, solid strength at 17, 6'4". He's going to feel like an absolute beast in your central midfield. He can play defensive midfield. He can also play central midfield. He is a ball-winning midfielder, and I think he would be a superb addition. Can also play a little bit as well. Wants to be a fringe player. Go to negotiate. Unavailable until the 4th of the 8th. Well, that's fine. That's August. 4th of August, that's not a problem. Absolutely fine. We go to suggest terms. I don't know why it's not. Oh, it's their max allowance. Oh, for a fringe player. Okay, so make sure you don't mark him as a fringe player. He wants a solid wedge, but he will be unavailable until the 4th of the 8th, 2019 as well, guys. Moving up the pitch, we have Samu here. I think there is something you have to put in to get. Yeah, put in Samuel Garcia Sanchez and you will get Samu in terms of your search. When you search Samu, I don't think he comes up. In terms of a winger, I think he looks quite solid, if not unspectacular. Obviously, in this instance, I'd probably compare him to Adama Traore. Is he Adama Traore? No. But he's very nice, very good crossing, good dribbling, good first touch, good passing, good technique as well. Solid enough mental attributes, pretty decent in terms of physical attributes as well, with the 14 pace and 14 acceleration. Yeah, I think he's a very solid winger. If we go to offer him a contract, wants to be a squad player, 29.5k. He's Spanish, so you're not going to have an issue with work permits. Solid enough for periods fee, goal bonus as well, and unused substitute fee. Unused substitute fees are something that I usually try and remove, but again, Samu, a good option. Next up, guys, is Osama Asidi, the Moroccan. I've thrown him in here just because he is a natural at the attacking midfield right and the attacking midfield left spots. Versatility is key for me. Yeah, okay, he may not be your star player. He's not Messi, he's not Ronaldo, but I think he's very solid, a very good squad player, especially if you are someone like a Wolves or anyone in the Champions League or Europa League that are fighting on multiple fronts. I definitely think Asidi will be a good look for you. Starts the game, he's wanted as well, but it doesn't really matter. You'd like to think that the pool of a Premier League club in this instance would be enough. He's basically free at 8.5k. Experienced winger. I think he's a good player, a good option, a good squad option. Yeah, okay, he's not going to be your star player, but a definite good option, especially in terms of rotation. Next up is a man who I admire. If you guys have watched my FM10 series, you will know why I love Yoann Gourcuff. The Frenchman, he's 32 years old. He's a little bit past it in terms of his age. He's made 31 appearances for France. He's scored 4 goals. He's an advanced playmaker. He's superb technically still. Really nice passing and technique. Great first touch, solid enough free kick taking, solid enough mentally as well. It's physically where he's slightly let down, but he's still got 12 pace, 13 acceleration, 13 agility, sorry, and 10 acceleration. He's not the worst. Shoots from distance, uses the outside of his foot, plays 1-2s, and dictates the tempo. I think in terms of a man who can play central midfield and central attacking midfield, both as that advanced playmaker role or deep line playmaker, I think he's great. If you play him in a 3, as a deep line playmaker, I think that's exactly where he's suited. Okay, he's not going to get involved in terms of tackling. He's got 3 tackling, he's got 3 marking. Who cares? He's going to be a creative player. So we will offer a contract to Gourcuff. Fringe player, it's fine. 15, 16k, again, not too bad. Wants that extension after league games. Just bump that up, guys. It's absolutely not a problem. I love Yoann Gourcuff. Hopefully you will as well. Another name and another blast from the past is Stephen Ireland. He's 32 years of age now, the former Man City man, having dotted around a couple of clubs since: Newcastle, Villa, Stoke, Bolton. Didn't play for Bolton, but I think in terms of a squad player, again, guys, in terms of your UK quota of players that you can bring in, he's solid. Again, not spectacular. Good passing, good technique, good first touch. There are definitely better players in this list. I'd rather Gourcuff in that deep line playmaker role than Stephen Ireland, but everyone has their preference. We approached to sign Stephen Ireland, still wants to come in as a squad player, but that wage is so cheap. So cheap, under 7k. As a squad player, I don't think you could do much worse than Stephen Ireland. Next up is a Brazilian winger by the name of Biro, 24 years of age. I think that's... Okay guys, so next up is a Brazilian winger by the name of Biro. He's a natural at the attacking left mid, right and left. Can also play as an attacking midfield in terms of a central role. Superb dribbling, okay finishing, nice technically as well in terms of 14. He can cross, he's fast, he's gonna feel really fast. With 16 pace, 16 acceleration and 16 agility. I think he's a very, very good option. I did see that he is currently unavailable due to medical reasons at the start of the game. If you go to sign him, unavailable until the 31st of the 12th. So maybe this is someone you pick up in your January save. I definitely think in terms of his stats, so I think he's a very, very good option. I definitely recommend him when you can pick him up on a free transfer. And now we have a player who can grow with your team. We have Bicho, the Spaniard, 23 years of age, not represented Spain as of yet. I think he's primed for a run at the Spanish national team if he comes to your team and succeeds. Very superb in terms of technique. He plays that advanced playmaker role naturally, attacking midfielder as a support function as well. Really good passing, good first touch, decent enough free kick taking, can take your corners as well. Good crossing, very nice determination, really good flair. Again, Spaniard, not necessarily the strongest, but in terms of a flair player, I think he's a very good one to have. Can unlock defenses. Only wants to be an emergency backup, again at 8k. Squad player, guys. Squad player 100%. Bicho, very good free transfer in this game. Now we move on to the forwards. This is probably the worst of the three. We have Marcus Pedersen here, the Norwegian. He's a pressing forward, 15 finishing, 14 heading, 13 penalty taking. I think in terms of his aggression and bravery, he's great. He's going to put himself into positions where he can score the goals. He's got really good work rate as well. Decent enough pace, nothing spectacular. Good stamina, good strength. He's going to put his body on the line to score goals for your team. A goal every other game for his last club. We approach to sign him. He's going to want to be a squad player. Small wage, rotation option 100%. There are better strikers on this list. Let's get into them now. Another blast from the past. I couldn't not include Nicholas Bentner. 31 years of age now. He's made 81 appearances and scored 30 goals for the Danish national team. He's listed as a poacher, which I don't think he's got the pace to be anymore. I definitely think he's probably more suited to the target man area. Good finishing at 14, decent enough first touch, good dribbling as well. 16 heading is where he really stands out. 15 penalty taking is pretty good as well. His 16 composure is very, very good, considering I don't think he's that good in real life. I don't think he's that composed. He's got 17 jumping reach, coupled with the fact that he's 6'4" and the 16 heading. I think he's the superb target man to play up front with a smaller, quicker player. Obviously, he's never covered himself in glory in terms of his goal scoring antics, but maybe he's different in Football Manager. Wants to be a squad player. Easy enough contract to adhere to. Again, guys, 8,750 a week. Wants that extension after 10 games. Let's bump that up to 25. In his final season, he's never going to play 25 games. Not for Wolves anyway. Good, solid appearance fee, goal bonus and stuff like that. Again, another cheaper option. Okay, guys, so that is it. That wraps up our list. It's been a good one. These are the players that are going to make a difference for your top tier saves. Obviously, if you want to take a look at any of my lists, please do so by visiting the playlist on my channel. It's been good doing these lists. I've definitely learned a lot of players that I didn't know about beforehand, so it has been enjoyable and knowledgeable for me to learn this. It's definitely opened my eyes in terms of some of the free agents in Football Manager 2020. If you have enjoyed this video or found it useful, don't forget to drop a like down below and subscribe to my channel for daily Football Manager content. I will be back on the channel tomorrow with another episode of Started From The Bottom. Hopefully, I'll catch you guys there.